Right. Hello, everyone. I'm back with another theology assessment. This is our sort of like big project for the second quarter. So what I have here, my theology teacher signed me, is he gave me a bunch of Bible verses to choose from, which you obviously can't read because of how quick I'm flashing it. But I had to choose one out of I had to choose one per each category, right? And I have them written up here. I've summarized them, and I'm going to talk about them. They focus on change. So, obviously, the ones that I have, they all focus on change and important events. And if you hear like any music in the background, it's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It came out on the Switch today, and I didn't lower the TV volume, but since I'm already filming, I'm just like, you know what, it's gonna happen. But it's not loud, so it shouldn't be anything bad. So for the creation stories, I chose the first story of creation, which is Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 to 31, and chapter 2, verses 1 to 3. In this Bible story, it talks about how God made the earth. On the first day, God created light. He separated the light from the dark, established days, which was mornings and nights. He made a dome in the middle of the waters, and he called this the sky. On the second day, he created land. He created plants with seeds and trees with fruit. Then on the third day, he created seasons. He created the seasons and lights in the sky, which is the sun and moon. On the fourth day, he created living creatures along with man and woman. And eventually, after all of his creations that he made, it was on the seventh day, he blessed that day and made it holy. And that's why, Sunday is considered the holy day. For the fall from grace, I chose the Cain and Abel stories, which is Genesis 4, 1 to 16. Abel, who was a herder of flocks, and Cain, he was a tiller of the ground. They were brothers. Abel, he brought an offering to the Lord, and the Lord accepted it. And then Cain also brought an offering, but the Lord didn't accept it. And because of this, Cain, he got pretty angry. Cain took Abel out to the field, and then Cain eventually attacked his brother and killed him. The Lord got really mad at this. He eventually figured out that, whoa, Cain, bro, you just killed Abel. That's not allowed. So then God, like I said, wasn't happy, and he punished Cain. And then the Lord said that if anyone kills Cain, Cain shall be avenged a total of 7 times. So the Lord put a special mark on him, and then Cain eventually left and settled in the land of Nod. So for the Old Testament covenants, I chose David, which is 2 Samuel chapter 7, 5 to 17. So I had to clear something. The Lord tells David, I took you from the pasture, from following the flock, to become ruler over my people of Israel. I was with you wherever you went, and I killed everyone before you, and I will make your name the greatest on earth. The Lord says that he will put the Israelites in a place where they can dwell, and they will no longer be disturbed by anyone. And when David's days were finally done and completed, he would be able to rest and just relax. Summaries of the 2 events in Exodus. I chose 2 of these. So Moses and the burning bush. This is basically Moses hears God coming from a bush that's burning, but the bush doesn't catch on fire. The Lord sent out Moses to go free his people, but Moses was hesitant at first. And then the Lord assured that he would be with Moses the entire time. So Moses did as the Lord said. I also chose the Passover, and this is when the Israelites, they're freed from slavery. Jewish people also celebrate this as a holiday, and celebrate their freedom as a nation under Moses. For the 12 judges, I chose Tola. Tola, he was the son of Pua, the son of Dodo, and a man of Issachar. He rose up and eventually saved Israel. He lived in Shamir in the mountain region of Ephraim. After judging Israel for about 23 years, he died and was eventually buried in Shamir. For the monarchs of Israel, I chose David. David, he ruled from c. 1003 to 970 BCE. He made Jerusalem the capital of Israel, and the southern kingdom was ruled by David, the southern kingdom of Judea. For the prophets, I chose Daniel. Daniel, he ended up becoming the hero of his own book. He was part of the noble Jewish youth of Jerusalem, and then he eventually was taken into captivity and was forced to serve the king and the successors with loyalty and ability until the time when the Persian conqueror Cyrus, well, the whole time Daniel was remaining to, stay truthful to the God, he had to serve this man for that long. And for the final one, I have the promise of Messiah. promise of a Messiah, which is Isaiah's suffering servant. This is actually in Isaiah 53. I just went over the time limit. I hope Mr. Williams is okay with that. I'm going to have to email them about that. But this book, it contains the prophecies that were given to the prophet Isaiah, and this book is actually one of the books of the prophet, believe it or not. It said that the servant represents the nation of Israel, which would show lots of inequities, pogroms, blood libels, anti-Judaism, and continue to suffer without cause. All right, woo! That's all I've got. That's all of them. And like I said, I also went over the time, so I'm going to have to email Mr. Williams and ask if it's okay. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.